back in the studio, shot 47. All right, here we're just at the beginning now, but just let you know how we're starting. We got that right there, and then for us, we got that there. So it's looking pretty cool. We get to use the towel again, which I'm pretty stoked about for some reason. And yeah, I'm hoping this goes as well as the last one did. Just a quick little movement, zoop, but there's little different movements with the wrist, and I gotta hook the hand through the handle and stuff, so we'll see how that works out. But all in all, I think it's gonna be cool. I hope you think it's gonna be cool, and let's check back in a smack. That rhymed pretty sweet. Shapow! One more thing before we start was, I noticed here that he has a little button on his sleeve, and I didn't have that, so I added that little button there. And also, just to show you some of the process, here I put all these little notes in next to the frames it's going to be, and then up there I have the frame count right there so I can stay on track. So it just tells when like pants are moving, when the handle moves, when the briefcase moves, shoes move, blah, 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 blah. And that stuff kind of keeps me on track, so I kind of go off of that and do it on my own. That's when things move too far or don't turn right or something like that. So that really keeps me on, because one thing I do, I'm about to start this right now, and every time before I push like picture take, I'm so filled with like nervousness and anxious, like, okay, but I think it's gonna work cool. I hope it's gonna work cool. So let's check it out in a little bit. I hope you didn't mind this little tirade of the process. All right, hands in. Yo! And we're back again with the extraordinary towel that matches the carpet perfectly. And one thing I really liked about this was the size of these pieces. So it's like his hand could actually curl into the handle of the briefcase when he picks it up, and it could add a little more detail like that watch and things like that. Super stoked on it. Well, we did it. We got shot 47 done, quick and dirty. Actually, it's pretty quick and clean, to be honest with you. Let's have a look here. So this is what we were going for. Whoop, whoop. And then this is what we've got. Whoop, whoop. I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. I'm stoked with it. How are you with it, Jackson? Did you like it? Yep, he sure did. All right, so the next shot is going to be pretty tricky, shot 48. So stay tuned for that. I think we can pull it off if we all believe in ourselves a little bit. So everybody, put your belief in your hand and put your hand right here. Meow! Yo, what's up? All right, here we are, back in the studio, shot 48. I said shot 48 was the hard one. It's shot 50. That's the hard one. Not like any of them are easy to me anyway. But here, check it out. This is the shot we want to get right now. Sir Stewart Wallace, boom, close the door behind him. And as you see the door, you don't see the door open, but you just see the numbers move. So what I got for that is this trusty little stick that I have attached to my door. And that way I can move the numbers in and out behind him. There's Sir Stewart Wallace with his snazzy red shoes. And then way down the hallway, we've got a little rookie who's coming in to make the bust. All right, pretty stoked to do this one. It's 50 frames, but they don't look crazy. So hopefully we'll do it right. All right, put your hands in, everybody. We're back! We're back! These hallway shots were really awesome. I learned so much. Again, like, just in setting things up, and I had to put everything on that towel so when he opens the door you could see the carpet in there. And so that was another cool thing I liked about this shot. And then the door on the handle, so it could just kind of slide in and it looks like it was closing. That was done on the fly, and I think it really worked out. It looked great. Yo, we got it done. Can't believe it. All right, so here's what we want it to look like. Steps down, we move up, hands off the briefcase, checks the door. And here's what we have. And remember, this isn't going to be what it looks like. It's going to be zoomed in, of course. So, steps down, we move up, he hands the briefcase, checks the door. Pretty sweet. I think it's going to work. I hope you think it's going to work. Yeah, check all this stuff out. We got like a no man's land to sever heads and severed limbs and stuff. And then I switched his two hands with each other when he handed the briefcase off, because I figured it would make sense anyway. It looks a little weird on this hand, but this hand looks kind of apey, but it works out for the thing. And then, poor rookie hanging out by himself. All right, thanks a lot for checking it out. More to come very soon. Everybody, put your hands in. Shapow! Shot 49. All right, so here's what we got. It's a continuation of Sir Stewart Wallace here. And he just kind of tugs and you look up at him. All right, and so this is how it looks to us here. There's Sir Stewart Wallace, and here he is down on our little set here. And really, the whole movement, the whole thing essentially is him like tugging on that doorknob for 5 frames. That's kind of it. So it should be a quick one. It's 43 frames in total, but there's the whole push in that we do in post. So let's hope this goes smoothly, because if it doesn't, we're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. Wait, it says it right here. Shabbat! Again, these hallway shots taught me so much, and I really had a great time doing them because they're a really fun part of the video as well, and working with Sir Stewart Wallace is always a dream. We pulled that off in record time. I don't even know. Everything just worked. It was very nice. It was also a very kind of easy shot, but shh, don't tell anybody about that. So here is what we want it to look like. Boom, tug, zoom in. And as you know, we do all our zooms in post, so you got to use your imagination. But here it is. Tug on it, we zoom into that beautiful face of his. All right, here he is down here. His suit's made out of this like textured kind of board. And then the red shoes. Come on. You know I love the red shoes. All right, I'm pretty stoked how that turned out. I was wondering if I should use eyes because it does that zoom in, but I really think with what we're doing, I don't like the eyes. I think eyeless from here on out. That's what I'm saying. Next shot, shot 50, the tough one. I need you kids, put your hands in for shot 50. Here we go!